event.
Yes, kan jy my hoor?
Yes. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to the Ask Willie and Eugene Business Show.
So we've got welcome.
Jam-packed session. Once you jump on, just comment on the side there, so we can see who's all on the show today. And
hello,
if
George
there's any,
from Cape Town.
just comment there as well and say it's the first time that you're joining the show. And then a lot of our Mastermind guys on here. So welcome, guys. Welcome back. And hopefully we've got another jam-packed show for you today where you can learn, you can be inspired, and you can move your business forward. You can move your business online. And that's what we're all about, is moving businesses online, e-commerce, digital marketing, and. So I think, Willie, before we get started, just for the few new viewers that's on here that don't know who Entrepreneur HQ is or who we are, just maybe give a quick rundown. Hello, Claire from Randburg, Stella from Randburg, a few Randburg people, George, Stella Bosch.
Yeah, so guys, thanks for joining the show. We've been running the show for quite a while now. So before I tell you guys who we are, the purpose of this whole show is to actually reach as many people and business owners as possible. And we can't do this without our sponsors. So we first of all want to say thank you to our sponsors, eBiz Radio, and all the partners that we've worked with before. Without you guys, this won't be possible. Currently we actually pay to work at EOH. But yeah, the purpose is to speak to as many people as possible. So if you like this show, share it, invite as many people as possible. So thanks for our partners.
On Facebook, comment with us, just engage.
Yes.
And tell us more about yourself and about your business and where we can partner with you.
Yeah, so let's make the circle bigger. So, and then to you guys as well. Let's make the circle bigger. So thank you guys for actually taking the time out every week to come and listen to us, where we transfer some knowledge, and it's really special to see you guys actually make some time to come and listen here. Thank you very much for that. So for the guys that's new to the show, so who's EHQ? So it's myself and Eugene. We met a couple of years ago on a project where we worked on an automation project, and we kind of got chatting and stuff like that. And just our sheer passion for entrepreneurship actually started this journey where we decided that we need to. I don't think actually we knew at that point in time what we were going to do, but we just said we need to get the word out there, and we need to get people or entrepreneurs. We need to help them to breach some of the difficult challenges that we've faced in our 10 years that we've been doing business. So that's kind of that's where EHQ started off. We helping a lot of businesses generating leads, building online systems, and so that's really who we are. We do a lot of coaching. We believe that we as a collective at EOH, and that's why we've got a mastermind. We're there to help each other. We don't know everything. We are not the experts. As we learn, we transfer some of that knowledge, and we actually learn from our own members. So that's kind of who we are, and it's really the journey that we're on. It's our purpose to reach as many entrepreneurs as possible, and connect the entrepreneurs, and hopefully we can help a couple of guys to scale their businesses to the next level.
And that's exactly what you said, Willie. It's when we started EHQ, Entrepreneur HQ, the reason for the name is we wanted a place for entrepreneurs to gather, like the headquarters for all entrepreneurs. So if you're an entrepreneur, where do you go to? Where do you find your circle of influence? Where do you find like-minded people to hang out with? Where do you find the right education, someone that you can ask a question, etc.? And that's where Entrepreneur EHQ came from. So it's EHQ is the collective for all entrepreneurs. We still don't know where it's going. We still don't know what's going. We just knew that most important part of everything was to start. And the start is, what's that saying? You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
To be great,
so
exactly.
The main thing that we try and achieve is just to show everyone that it's not that difficult to start a business and that anyone can start a business. And that's our purpose, and that's our drive, and that's our group. And I must say our mastermind group's amazing, like just amazing people that's on there, sharing and helping each other, and taking chats offline and doing business together and all that sort of stuff. It's really cool to see.
How cool is that? Cool. Hi, Sonia, Pietro.
Cool. So, Willie, do you want to take us into the agenda for the show today?
Yes, guys. So we've been running this competition a while ago, where we're gonna someone of our community is gonna win a 12-month mentoring and coaching program. We've actually gotten to the day where we're gonna be announcing that winner, and we've got that winner on the show today. So yeah, Eugene. I know. But whilst we're on the topic, our mentoring and coaching program is, we firmly believe that it's one of the key differentiators in the way that we do things is by coaching entrepreneurs through their journey, just helping them to look at things a bit differently. For the guys that doesn't know the difference between a coach, a mentor, and a consultant, because I think all of us, I must say, when I started off, I was talking about a coach, and actually what I wanted was a mentor. So I kind of got confused about what is what. Just explain to everyone a little bit about what is the difference between those three types of roles. And I think it's very important to understand so that you actually know where you can go to get some help.
Yeah, so there's three different types. There's actually 4 different types. So a psychologist also falls in there. And there's a role for all of them, and there is a place for all of those. We believe that coaching is the correct way of going and moving your business forward. So firstly, a consultant is, for example, a marketing consultant or a financial consultant or whatever. They come in and they fix that one particular area in your business. Then a mentor only works on the business side of business. So they basically show you what they did to achieve the results that they did. The problem with that is we are different people. We've got different resources. We've got different skill sets. We've got different strengths and weaknesses. We've got different personality profiles. And what worked for them is not necessarily going to work for me or for you. So it can be a limiting factor because you'll only ever achieve what they achieved. You aren't going to surpass them if you continuously do things the way that they do things. And then from a coaching perspective, coaching involves a bit of psychology as well. So psychologist mostly looks at problems in the past and how to fix that. Coaching uses some of the information in the past so that you can make better decisions going forward. So coaching is about using your intellect, your skill set, your strengths, your weaknesses, and using that to elevate you and to help you to lift up to the next level of business at each section. So in coaching, where all the other areas looks at one particular area, coaching looks at all 3. So there's business, there's other people, and there's personal. So business is all your strategy, your vision, your external factors, internal factors, economical factors, etc. Other people like your partners and your business partners, relationship partners, all those sort of things. And then personal, your beliefs, your culture, your mindset, all those sort of things. And all 3 areas impact the business. And that's why coaching is so effective, because it looks at all 3, not just one particular area.
Okay. It's almost as if when you get a mentor or a coach, you're actually taking someone else's journey, where you get a coaching is that coach. You've got a nice analogy where, say, that coach helps you to climb your mountain and kind of take your journey. Yeah, quite cool. Thanks for that. So
saying as well, where you spend 2 years climbing this mountain and you're going through all these obstacles and you get to the top and you overlook the valley and then you realize, oh crap, I climbed the mountain. So coaching, finding the right mountain. What is the right mountain? What's your why? What's your purpose? What's your values? What is the thing that's going to drive you? Because the business is there to serve you, not the other way around. But we end up becoming a slave to the business.
Yeah, you can, and I wanted to ask how important this is actually to get a business coach. But I think you kind of answered that almost, eh?
Yeah, no, it's invaluable. So I've been with my coach now for 8 years. I actually had my session yesterday, so I've got a session every 2 weeks for a couple of hours that I sit with my coach. I've had him for about 7 or 8 years. And I say one of the areas that's non-measurable, so we can measure the results from coaching and from mentoring and all that sort of stuff from a financial perspective, from a sales, from an organization, etc. And the one area that's been the most valuable, that's not measured or that's not easily measured, is the amount of peace that you get from a mental perspective by changing your mindset, changing the way you think, your words, how your reality impacts your emotional state. Because the highest state we can get to is peace. So if everyone thinks it's happiness, and happiness is being free and all that sort of stuff, the main thing is emotional freedom, free of stress, free of anxiety, free of all the stuff that bugs us, that keeps us up at night. That is a place of real happiness. It's powerful. And that's a non-measurable, and that's one of the things that I also got from my coaches, just being able to develop my own thoughts and emotions. So no, it's critical. I've had a coach for 8 years now. See him every 2 weeks. I don't skip it. I notice
exactly. I think we often have this conversation where we would say, yeah, it's time to go speak to the coach again because I feel I'm taking a dip, And I mean, I can relate to that. It's exactly, you kind of you stray off the path, and then he just comes back and takes you back, and there you go again. So, yeah. So Eugene, tell me, for someone that's not had a business coach before, maybe give us 3 things which will help them to pick a business coach, or what they need to look for when they go out there to find someone to help them on this journey.
Top 3. So the first one would definitely be someone that's got business experience, that's running their own business. That's a must. There's a lot of business coaches out there that can't find something else to do, or they're struggling to find work. Then they do a 3-day online course, and then all of a sudden they're a business coach. So I'd really look for someone that's been in business for a couple of years, that's walked the journey. Someone that's never been in business going to understand when you say, yes, dude, I've got a really stressful day. I feel lonely. There's no one to talk to. How can they relate to that if they've never been in business? So that's the first thing. The second thing would be someone with a business business coaching qualification. So anything longer than about a 6 months thing, not this 3-day online courses. So see where they're affiliated. Are they, so SA Business Coaches in South Africa is pretty good. I did my qualification through SA Business Coaches probably 4 or 5 years ago. And then I know Wits and Gibbs and those guys also have a course. They're quite a bit more expensive. But these 3-day online courses to become a coach is not worth it.
It's not worth it. Okay. Valid point.
And then someone that's on a journey of personal development. Because if they
very important,
outgrow your coach, and you don't want to outgrow your coach. Because if you coach with him for 2 or 3 years, he starts to learn who you are, what your habits, etc., etc. But if they're not continuously progressing, you're going to reach a point where
where you outcoach your coach.
Yeah, and then you outgrow your coach. And once you outgrow your coach, then you have to find a new coach, and that's a process. That's a big process to find a new coach and to go with their journey and build rapport and. So by finding someone that's on a journey of personal development and personal growth, and that takes it seriously, it needs to be part of their core, part of their values, part of their beliefs. Cool.
Thanks very much for that information. And then just the last question before we jump onto a call with our winner. Long-awaited announcement was quite difficult to make. Anyway. What are the results that you can expect from a coaching intervention?
Coaching works over a long period of time. So coaching is small changes over a long period of time, and it varies from different people. So at the end of the day, it comes down to the effort that you put in. So I've had vastly different results from different clients. But it's probably one of the best investments you can make. So I got 40,000 Rand a year for coaching. And on that 40,000 Rand a year, I mean, to increase a business or the profit of a business by 100 or 200,000 Rand a year is nothing. So even making small changes and only increasing it by 100 or 200,000 a year, you already have a 300, 400, 500% return on investment. Exactly. Now I think about doubling a business from $1 million to 2 million, or from 5 million to 10 million. I've got companies that I coach that does 40, 50, 60 million. So what is the return on investment? It's exponential.
Not really measurable, exponential.
I can't understand when entrepreneurs don't have a coach, because you pay the 40,000 for a year. So mine works in increments, so 20,000 for 6 months, and then 20,000 for the next 6 months. I mean, 40,000 for a year, dude. You're gonna make so much more money having a coach in your corner.
Exactly.
Who's your part of your team? Who's your accountant? Who's your coach? Who's your? They don't have to be permanently employed, but who's in your team?
I think it's Robert Kiyosaki which says he's got this inner circle surrounding him, where he, always that's his go-to guy. So yeah, Eugene, I think let's jump into the next section of the show. So we're gonna welcome our next giant on the show. So guys, we've been deliberating a lot over the last couple of days. And we would like. It's a bit of a difficult situation. Yeah, we now know how it feels to sit in Shark Tank or America's Got Talent. Cool. So for everyone, without further ado.
So everyone knows about our business competition with 150,000 Rand, where myself and Willie is going to mentor, coach, and consult with the winner. So it's involved in the coaching session. So Willie and myself are going to be coaching. We're going to rebuild the sales funnels. We are going to look at the website, digital marketing, who they can partner with, and look at the business processes and systems, the financial side of things, and then just the all-in strategy. What's the strategy of that particular business? So it's a really cool prize to win. Our goal is to double a business within a year. Whichever business takes on. So we had a competition where everyone could vote for their winner, and we got down to the top 5, and then from the top 5 we broke it down to the last 2, and out of the last 2, myself and Willie had interviews with them, and yes, that was a difficult decision to make, because how do you choose when you've got such quality entrepreneurs and quality businesses and such motivated people that's on it? Let's just give Mark. Have you just sent a message so we can get?
Just message them.
But
so Eugene, so one thing that I actually missed whilst we were talking about the coaching is, if I have to take myself on this journey, we talk about it a lot. It's about taking action.
Yeah.
Probably taking action and self-awareness. Those I would say was one of the advantages that I got from coaching. Is just becoming self-aware about everything that surrounds you. And we've got all these blind spots trying to go through life, and set in our ways. How that kind of changed my my thinking and the way I behave in certain situations. So it's just amazing.
I've been coaching you for a while, and what is the insights? What's the impact that you get from the coaching?
Exactly. So just to share what happened in our coaching session the other day. Remember, I wanted to fill some revenue gaps, and my default was going to that one place. And now after that coaching session, I could walk away there with like 3 different options of how to actually tackle the same problem. It's quite amazing. And once that's done, the to-do list and that action list to jump in there.
I think that's a key part of it, is having someone outside of your business that's looking in, that's there to help you see your blind spots and not we almost like we're walking in this forest with all this mist around us, and we can't see what's it saying? You can't see the mist from the trees or something like that. So,
yes.
But exactly that. Having outside.
Yeah, there's other sayings as well, but I won't say it aloud.
Well, I'm just gonna
give him a shout quickly.
Give me 1 second, but I think if there's any questions that you guys have about coaching and just what it does from an emotional perspective and having that person to talk to and how different it is. I mean, we have conversations daily, but how different persona it is when you walk into a coaching room versus just having conversations.
Yep. No, very, very interesting. So for the new guys on the call, whilst we wait for Mike to jump on, so we've got this mastermind where you can join our community. I'm going to pop up the office along. So for everyone that's interested in joining that side or that side, I'm not sure which side, we're going to pop up the offer. Click on there. Currently, we're running a special for R9 a month. Well, the first month, and from there on, 99 Rand. And it's a 30-day back guarantee, so no major commitment. So yeah. So what do you get once you join our mastermind? We've got a closed mastermind group where you join a WhatsApp group. In the WhatsApp group, you're more than welcome to go and ask any questions. We share tips and tricks there. You also get access to our online courses. We've got a how to build your online store in 30 days, entrepreneur mastermind, Facebook 101, cash flow strategies, how to manage your business remotely, and then importantly, you become part of the community. So yeah, that's what you get on this offer currently. What else?
Quite a few guys in the group that's part of the or on the show that's part of the Mastermind. And I mean, it's been absolutely amazing just being part of those guys and having them as part of the team and how we grow as a collective. So there's this thing, collective consciousness.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the things that it goes through is you become the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with. So who are the 5 people that you spend your time with and how are they influencing you?
What's quite nice about this mastermind is although we started it, we actually learn from the guys in the community. So it's by no means that one person is the expert. It's all of us actually know something that one of the other guys don't know. So yeah, it's quite nice. I mean, I was introduced to masterminds a couple of years ago, and once again, I thought it's just a club, and it's not really a club. It's also not a network. Although people network together, but the purpose of it is not to actually network, it's but to actually grow as a collective.
Yeah, no, definitely. And with that, we also want to ask that everyone on the Mastermind group, if you want to talk about a specific subject in the future event, what is it that you want to talk about? And because we got a guy that also wants to come on the show that adventure retreats, guys that's doing business retreats. There's guys that's doing investments. There's property brokers. There's so many different types of people that we are looking to get on the show. So it's just to get all those guys on the show as well. So what is the top couple of guys that you want to get on that show?
It's arrived. Mike's arrived.
Technological challenge.
Click on the link to bring your video on as well.
Okay, okay, there it is. There, video's on.
There we go.
So Mike is the winner of our business show competition. Congratulations, Mike.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
Mike.
Thanks, Willie. This is an amazing experience for me.
Yeah,
never happened before.
So it took a few minutes longer to get on than what we expected. So we're a bit shorter, crash for time. So just quickly tell us a bit about yourself and about Ergo.
Well, thanks, Eugene. This journey started 29 years ago when I was retrenched. I was general manager for a company, and I decided at that stage that I would never work for a boss again. I started selling fresh chicken door to door. Friends of mine had a chicken farm. Got into office furniture about a year later through a franchise. That lasted about a year. They were undercapitalized, and local guys here said, go on your own, we'll support you. And that's where I started. and I repped for a lot of companies. And Ergo started about 2008 when we had received the order for UWC Life Sciences building, and the chairs were supplied by a company in Joburg, and he was into ergonomics, and that's where my interest in ergonomics started. And I sold his chairs for about 6 months, and I said to him, but you only sell one size chair. Everybody's different. And that's where the journey started. It took me until June of 2011 to do all my research, make samples, test them. And I actually started invoicing in June 2011. And that's where Ergo has come from to where we are now. Leading supplier of ergonomic equipment, post-operative spinal care, all our assistive devices, all made here in Cape Town. So that's the journey.
Wow.
Yes, very.
Wow. So you mentioned, Mike, that so Ergo wasn't your first business. So tell us about your first business. And well, actually, you mentioned you were retrenched. Did you actually have a business before that, or is that really where your journey started?
No, I was retrenched. I did not have another business. I was general manager for a German electric motor manufacturer. I'd always wanted to have my own business, but was too scared to take the jump, and they forced me to take that jump. That was it. I was fortunate. I just sold my house in Pineland, so I had money in the bank, and that's where it started. And August 1994, Dunsandel Trading was registered with CIPC, and as I say, the rest is history.
What was your first business that you started?
Well, that was it, Dunsandel Trading. I started in the office furniture franchise, and just doing corporate office furniture, and that led to a number of other things through that, mainly into auditorium seating, where I would handle the whole project from design through manufacture, installation, and handover. The Teatro at Monte Cassino was one of the projects I was involved in. A lot of work for UCT, UWC, Stellenbosch University. I've done auditorium seating big time.
Okay.
And
so, Mark, that's a long time. I mean, 1994, and Ergo's been going for 12 years now.
Yep.
When the average stats of a business is like 50% of businesses fail in the first year, and out of those that survive, another 50% fail in the 3 years after that.
Correct.
So you've been in business for quite some time. What has been one of the top factors that you believe that you are still around and you're still in business?
I've always maintained that you have to sell yourself. You have to be credible, and you have to sell a good product, and you have to believe in your product. If you don't believe in your product, you can't sell it. And I got to the stage where I couldn't believe in anybody else's product because it was inferior, substandard, deliveries went out, and I still believe in, if you want it done properly, do it yourself. So I did.
And you created this amazing product that you customize it for. So for everyone that's new to the show, so Mike actually manufactures the majority of his chairs with his own hands. Am I right there, Mike?
Willie, I assemble every chair. I have 4 subbies who work for me. I have a carpenter, an upholsterer, a seamstress, and Tony Marta is now 73. She's been sewing for me for 10 years. And I have a lady who does my embroidery for me. And then I assemble every single chair. I personally take it to site. I personally install it and set up the workplace with it. And where I can't go to site, I do it over Zoom or Teams or Skype or whatever it is, WhatsApp video.
Oh, cool. So we'll call you Mr. Chair from now on going forward.
I am the chairman.
The chair. Tell me, Mike. So you've been part of our EHQ community for quite a while now. Tell us a bit more about your experience and how you've, just go for it.
I think how we got into this was I had major heart surgery in February this year, and that was the turning point for me. I knew that I could not carry on doing what I used to do the way I used to do it. I could drive 250, 300 Ks in a day around Cape Town, Stellenbosch. doing what I do best, but I couldn't do that anymore. And then I came out of hospital and COVID hit. And that was this double whammy. And I just said to myself, you have to change the way you do business. And it was during that time in lockdown in April where I saw Eugene's first video. And I kept seeing this lady poking her head in sideways into the video. I was like, what's going on here? And if nothing else, that caught my attention. And I listened to that video 3 or 4 times. And I don't know how many times after that. And I thought, right, of all the rubbish that's out there on Facebook, this is the one that makes the most sense. And that's when I made contact with Eugene. And here we are 6 months later.
And how has that process been, being part of the EHQ Mastermind group? How has that impacted you?
What it has done, yes, we've changed the way we do business. And it's not only me. I've obviously got Monique with me running social media. But what I have benefited from this is there's been an encouragement from your side, from the EHQ, from the members, that this is the way to go. This is what you need to be doing. And because we are meeting every week and we're chatting about it every week, what we are doing is being reinforced going forward. It's a confirmation. It's the mentorship, which I have never had in my business. I've never had anybody to talk to, ask questions. Am I doing the right thing? I've had to bash my head against the wall, make mistakes, pay out money, whatever it is, but we survive. But what I've enjoyed about this is the team spirit with everybody there, being able to talk to other people and say, what are you doing? How are you doing this? And bounce things off you guys as well. I wouldn't have missed this for the world. I really wouldn't.
You mentioned something very important there. You know, myself and Eugene, we often speak about how lonely your journey as an entrepreneur can actually be. You know, I think my wife is sick and tired of listening to all my stories and how you get this place and you can actually go and speak to everyone. Everyone's like, oh, just talk to us. And, yeah.
Yeah. No, that is an important part of is having a mentor or somebody you can bounce things off. And what I feel about the group, there are so many people working in so many different disciplines. There is bound to be someone there who you can talk to and say, what do you know about this? Can you help me with this?
Exactly.
That's the benefit of having the big group.
There's going to be a big drive in this as well, Willie and Mark, is eventually becoming, so one of our next things that we're going to launch is we're going to launch a business directory on the EHQ site for all our members. Yep. So before you, or when you want to purchase something or you want a service, before you do anything else, you go onto the EHQ community and you first do business inside the EHQ community before you go out. And I think that's going to be a big part of it as well, is having part of that EHQ community and being able to just do business with one another.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a big step as well in
Absolutely.
being able to do that. And that's how we're going to grow. I mean, imagine having 1,000 members in there and you walk in and immediately you've got access to 1,000 potential customers.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
1,000 friends. It's not just customers, 1,000 friends. And that's how important the circle of influence is and the people that you spend your time with. It's something that I keep saying. It's critical that you have to be conscious who are you spending your time with.
Absolutely. And the knock-on from being in a group like that is people in that group talk to people. The Bush Telegraph works. And I have found now not after 12 years, but even before that, I do not have to look for work. My work is all referrals from satisfied clients. Somebody will tell somebody else. And I always ask the question, who told you about us? So-and-so. Drop them a line. Say thank you. Yeah. The personal service has got to be there. If you do not have personal service, it's never going to work. It's never going to work.
Go for it.
Cool. So, Mike, we're going to start this 12-month journey on this coaching and mentoring and helping building the systems and stuff like that. What is your vision and where do you think that Ergo is going to be in a 12-month period?
All right, let's look at where we are now, and then you'll explain. Then I'll be able to explain where the 12 months is going to take us. My business is situated basically in the Cape Town area. So I do Cape Town, Stellenbosch, Paarl, Somerset West, Malmesbury, Gordons Bay, Strand. That's where 90% of my business is concentrated. Stellenbosch University, my biggest client. And the reason for that is because I like to talk to people. That's why you cannot purchase on my website. Somebody puts an order through, I phone them and say, what is it you want? What is your problem? And then find out they're looking for the wrong thing. So there's the personal contact, and I can do that in Cape Town by going to see people, doing the measurements, doing whatever, looking at their work setup. With the advent of technology and things like Teams, Zoom, and never mind about the online store, we have the potential to take their same business countrywide and reach far more people because of technology and the way we are doing things differently. So for the next 12 months, I want to see Ergo throughout South Africa.
Wow.
So, Mark, a quick question on Ergo. What is a few tips for us that's all working from home? You mentioned how important it is from an ergonomical perspective, now that we're working from home, having the wrong equipment, and what's a few tips for guys working from home to look after themselves?
I think the most important thing to realize in terms of ergonomics and working from home or working from anywhere, that anything that you're doing incorrectly in terms of ergonomics is going to catch up with you over time. Between 8 and 15 years, it will go wrong. And when it goes wrong, it's too late. Anybody working on a laptop, get it up, get a remote keyboard, get a remote mouse, make sure that you're not bending over what we call texting neck. That will result in a cervical fusion, possibly, or a rhizotomy in the neck. You don't want to have that. So get your laptop up or get a remote screen behind your laptop and use your laptop keyboard. Make sure that what you're sitting on is correct, that your feet are always flat on the floor, and that you have lumbar support in the lower region of your back, just above your belt line. If you're sitting on a dining room chair, roll up a towel, put it behind your back. If you do not support your back, again, that's going to be the next thing it'll go.
So I'm just curious, who else just put their feet flat on the floor while sitting?
Sit up straight.
All sitting with their feet on the base of the chair doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Sure.
And then
maybe we'll have to get on a call after this show, eh?
Yeah, well, that we can do. The other thing that is extremely popular now, sitting is the new smoking, and the sit-stand desk is absolutely priority, and that you can do with very little cost. If you stand for 15 minutes every working hour, it is the equivalent of running 6 full marathons a year, 20,000 calorie burn, and 20% increase in productivity just for standing for 15 minutes. No more. Wow. Up to 15 minutes, sit 45, stand 15. Run Microsoft Break Taker in the corner of your screen, set it for 45 minutes, get out of your chair, walk around the table, sit down again. You will not realize just how much of a benefit that is, just changing your position. Muscles have a memory. You have to confuse them by getting up and walking around.
Okay, that's quite an interesting thing.
So we had on the last, or one of the previous business shows as well, where with Mara, which you say change your body, changes your mind, and changes your physiology, and changes the way that you think, and that change comes from your body. So being able to do that is a big part of just changing your positivity and changing your energy.
Absolutely. You find that the longer you sit, the more tunnel vision you get. And that's the worst thing. You've got to get up, walk around, sit down again. And I've proved it. Sonia's listening in. I know we've done her workstation. And when I spoke to her last time, she said, I have no more pain in my shoulders.
Wow, so just making those little tweaks. Now, we often speak about it, how you can actually make huge advances by just doing little tweaks. So, I mean, we live in such an unhealthy environment or life. And how do we say it? Everything is counting against you. So by just doing these little things, interesting.
And it comes back to that's one of the reasons that I like your business, Mark, is Russell Brunson. So you guys will hear us talk a lot about Russell Brunson. A lot of stuff we learned from him and Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and. But Russell Brunson says there's 3 main areas that really sells, and everything comes back to it. So you get your features of your product and you get your benefits of your product. And your features and your benefits is 2 different things. So the features is the actual way that you do things, where your benefits is what is the change that the user is going to see in their life. And it comes down to 3 things. It's either it's health, wealth, and relationships. So that's the 3 things. So in all those areas, so for all the viewers, think about this for your products and services. How does it come back to changing someone's health, changing someone's wealth, or changing someone's relationships? Yes. So we were talking about that razor blade, where you've got a razor, Gillette's advertising a razor blade. And then this blonde woman comes in and hugs him and kisses him. And so what are they actually selling? Buy our razor for a better relationship. And that's how everything can be turned back into
one of those 3 things.
You think. And that's what's great about the business markets. It directly speaks to the health side of those 3 things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Features. So you can sell all the features of your chair. It'll do this, it'll do this. It's going to help you sit. It's going to help your back. It's going to look. But what is the benefit? Is you're going to be healthy. You're going to look after yourself. Like you said, Tanya's thing. Billy, I don't know if you've got another question. I am done. If any one of the audience or one of the viewers has a question, please go ahead and type it in the comment box. But otherwise than that, Mark, from my side, I just want to say congratulations for winning. And you've been a really valuable part of our community. You've been really involved on our Facebook, WhatsApp groups. And a lot of people have learned quite a few things from you as well. As Billy mentioned earlier, if you're not part of our group yet, we've got a special offer running now where you can get your first month for R9. So on the right-hand side, you'll see that. You can get our offer for $9 for the first month. You join our Mastermind group. The offer is $99. Really cheap, 1,200 Rand a year. I mean, a no-brainer for that. You get access to all our courses, all our Mastermind groups, all our teachings, all our learnings, and the possibility to win our next prize.
Yeah, so no more questions from my side. Once again, from my side as well. Super excited to work with you, Mike. I think you've got a really, your business actually solves a really, really big problem. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting journey. Looking forward.
Yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. Really, it's really changed my life. It's going to change it a bit more.
Yeah, amazing, guys. Thanks again. Thanks for joining another episode of the Business Show, and congratulations to Mark. And we're going to be documenting his progress and documenting the process of moving the business and what we do in the business, and how you can use that same information to apply it in your own business. And we're going to do that over the next couple of months on the Business Show. So make sure you don't miss our next episodes. Next week, we've got an amazing speaker coming on board as well. And then just thanks to the viewers. Thanks, guys. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for sharing our content. Thanks for inviting your friends. We see the effort that you guys make and that you're helping us to grow the Business Show and to help us reach as many entrepreneurs as possible. That's our goal. That's our purpose, is impact as many lives as possible. So thanks for all your efforts, and thanks for always joining the show. Without you, we wouldn't have a show. So thanks, guys.
Yeah. We'll be the only guys. Mike, you have to do the fist bump.
Yep.
There we go. Everyone, thanks for joining. See you next week.
Great, guys, and see you next week.
Cheers.
Business Show.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Yeah.